So you can see well-chosen camping spot for the poachers, and you can see how long they've been using this camp. If you look at that ash pile, so there's bones all around. You can see them. Just behind us there was a skull of an impala. There's another skull. I'm not sure what this was. Maybe another impala or a daiko or something. All the bones here. It's spread out all over the place here. There's bones literally littering this area. There's still some of their stuff remaining that we didn't destroy last time, but you can see this is well hidden. It's in this little narrow valley, right at the top of this valley. You cannot see them making fire or anything from anywhere on this reserve. They chose this spot perfectly. The only way that you might see this is coming over if you fly directly over it with a helicopter. You'll see it. Otherwise, well hidden. And the only way that we got this is because of the bones and drying meat attracted the collared hyena, and she came through here a couple of times, and that's what attracted us to the spot initially. And it's these guys that caught that male lion down at the bottom, and we suspected the same guys that caught the female lioness in the snares that we found this last weekend. When we found this camp, they had left equipment in the camp, so you could see that they were here. It was clean swept, everything. They had chairs there, they had their bedding, they had a tarp that they were sleeping under for shade and for shelter. They had a broom, as I said, as well. Their backpacks with clothing, equipment. They had knives, rolls of snares that they had stashed here. So we did remove a couple of snares around the area, but not a lot. But the majority of their equipment and stuff that they stored, we confiscated and took that away. And we could never really find a snare line here. And it was only afterwards that we discovered a new snare line of theirs further down here, and unfortunately when it was too late, when they had already killed a lion. I wonder if you put this into monetary value, how much is just lying around here. The bones of how many animals? Kudus, this impala. This is a lot of money that was stolen. The poachers are enjoying Zamalek here in the bush. It's just so many pieces of bone.
Now it was caught around the horn.
Okay, copy that, thank you, because kudu horns and so many pieces of bones. It's like littered. It's littered with bones. Last time we had partial ID photograph. Unfortunately, we couldn't really use it. You couldn't identify the guy. But we also burned the majority. We tried to burn the majority of their equipment and stuff that we couldn't take out. They had a sleeping tarp here and everything. There's a piece of their pot still there. Here's a tortoise that they had killed. Pieces of a tortoise shell at the bottom. They had killed and eaten a tortoise. Bones there, old pile lying over there. Here's another skull. What's interesting though is that they removed the horns on this animal. They usually don't take horns. So that's an interesting one. Everywhere you look, there's bugs. How long were these guys poaching? How many animals did they actually kill? Other lower jaw, scapula. It's just littered with bones. Bloody boneyard. There's another scapula in there. Here's another piece of an animal's skull. At a deformity. That's awesome.
Got it's all around the horns.
Oh. So here's the one with another young male impala. There must be dozens of animals remains lying here that's been caught and butchered by these guys. So this tree is where you can see how the vegetation has been disturbed around here. And over here, this is where they butchered their carcass. So the wires were attached to this branch, and then they would just hang them here, butcher them. Convenient. You can see the bits and bones here as well. There's another scapula. It's just literally littered all over the place. So we removed the wires from this tree. I think this branch also had on this side. Mere bones. These poachers in this area, we picked them up the one day with a poaching incident. We tried on the cameras to get information. Nobody recorded the registration number of the vehicle. But we know, I don't know if they still use that vehicle, but it was a silver BMW 3 Series Dolphin shape with smoked taillights.
Yeah, one time you showed me.
Yeah, so they drive in, and then you know those concrete tunnels, the tunnels underneath, you've got those concrete slabs on either side, and then you've got a pipe running underneath, connecting the two. They've got set days that they are dropped off and picked up. And the vehicle comes in, and they know, okay, it's D-Day. Then they carry the bags with the meat out, and they go and stash them underneath the road in that pipe. And then the vehicle stops, they load it in, and then they go. It's a clever little business and system that they've got going.
It's like a syndicate.
It's absolutely a syndicate level poaching. It's tons of meat that they took out from here. This is not because they're hungry and they want to feed their families. This is to make money. This is to sell.